You saw this coming miles away, and it's just picked and locked in. So KUZAN will eventually, you know, with all that sustain on the Vlad, come out ahead eventually. UMTI finds Score again with double buff, and Score doesn't have any buffs. There's the flash, but an immediate follow-up flash. He needs that blasting plant. He gets over the wall. UMTI's still on the chase, though, and here comes KUZAN, and with no flash here for Score. That's going to be first blood given over to KUZAN in the mid lane.
And that's a really big pickup as well. He has the Dark Seal, so he's going to get some nice stacks on that. Look at how hurt Pawn is. KUZAN shoving in mid. A little bit surprising to see that UMTI doesn't actually just stay in further.
I think that's going to do it. Yeah, there it is. Just barely. The last or the second to last tick on that Ignite gets him in mid.
And I really like how UMTI is recognizing that, you know, he's not supposed to be able to do anything in the lanes. And
forces that heal, and the flash coming out. The heal of Teddy will give him the speed and forces that Stand United just barely. He's going to flash forward and get the taunt, and that is going to punish Teddy at the very last second. SMEB comes in with the perfect bait.
That was sort of like out of a superhero movie, Brendan.
Yeah,
where he comes in
favorite.
At the very last.
Look at that. He's actually on the edge of that ward.
Oh, we're going to see a flash over.
Yeah, same thing. They were watching the last series. Here we go. UMTI able to pick up that kill. IKSSU wanted to go hunting, but he sets up that kill. Well, we have a bit of a gank up here in top. You're going up against a Nautilus. Actually, trying to dodge the bolas does mess that up, and it looks like he will be taken out here. You can see the flare of, at the same time, Infernal Drake being taken. So they trade the kill, but they lose Infernal Drake.
But we'll see what they can make do with it.
KUZAN's going in, no land on the root. Develop forward, the flash forward from SNOWFLOWER. He wants a kill, forces the flash out of Mata. And here comes IKSSU from the right side. Immediate knockup on the DEFT, and look at that burst damage. Big shockwave, but it doesn't do all that much. And the last hit, it gets Mata in the back, just barely. Max Rain's curtain call.
Why did Pawn move out of the way?
Well, bit of a mistake for sure.
They're going to get bottom tier 2 as well. They have initiative in mid lane, top lane, fantastic for them. They can funnel that into whoever they want.
Looks like KT wants to go on to this one. They get the taunt onto UMTI. He doesn't have his QSS anymore. He used it. Oh, he just barely jumps the wall. Are they going to go for the flash forward from Score into the brush? And he does pick up the kill. And now he's going on a SNOWFLOWER, and he does have red, but he went a little bit too far. Here's the teleport from SMEB, who's going 1v3, is able to pick up that kill, and it looks like KT actually may be able to turn this around. No, KUZAN able to take out Malzahar. Flash forward from Pawn, and just barely enough to take him out.
Gonna just be able to pick up this Rift Herald, put it onto Nautilus, and that's gonna be an 18-minute Rift Herald, so we can assume that IKSSU should be able to have that buff for the entire game. SNOWFLOWER taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, it looks like that will be the kill. Stand United comes out onto Pawn to make sure he survives. Last hit, not this time.
Teddy almost threaded the needle there to get that bullet to curve.
Well, they're going to attempt to make their move on in here.
This is a huge gamble. If they lose this with bottom lane being the position that it's in, it's catastrophic.
They want to engage here. Pawn getting extremely low. DEFT, he gets knocked up, and he's going to go down. Can they get anything else off the back of this? They pick off DEFT, and maybe they turn their sights on it once again. They're going to clear out all the vision, and no, it looks like IKSSU backing up. They don't want to go for it just yet. Although, well, IKSSU does have his teleport, so it looks like he is going to come back. So here they go once again. They're going to restart with a very tanky, full health IKSSU. They're really committing to this one. And Score, he may have to pull off something big here. Targeted by Nautilus, gets knocked up by that ultimate. They won Score really badly. Huge shockwave does a lot of damage. Score extremely low, and they cannot get him. And KT once again delays this Baron. But here we go again.
One more time. DEFT, though, on the map. Here comes the arrow.
And, oh, right down the middle.
3 points.
Yeah. I mean, KUZAN had his QSS, but Teddy, I don't believe he does. SMEB's getting in there.
And you know, it doesn't even matter that KT don't find themselves picking up anything off that arrow. They get themselves a turret. The gold gap stays at 3,000. They stopped the Baron.
And KT 100% knows about this. They have a control ward in there. They can see
If Jhin lose this Baron with how these lanes look.
Oh boy, Pawn, he gets caught, and he wanted SNOWFLOWER, but it's not enough. And now Mata's going to go down to Teddy once again. And that's going to be 2 kills going down, and that's Pawn and Mata. So now they have a much better chance at going for this Baron here. Score still has the opportunity to run in and try to steal this. They're just trying to delay as much as possible. You can see Jhin, they don't even want the Baron. They want another engage. They need to get onto somebody here.
I mean, it was basically KT were able to dissuade Jhin from, again, committing to the Baron.
Are they doing Baron? They are.
Wow.
They're saying, okay, you guys want Mountain Drake that badly? We're going for Baron. And this is already at about half health. This is going down extremely fast.
They can't stop it.
They can't stop it. This is going to go over to KT. Nobody's close enough. There's the curtain call. Can they slow anyone down enough to pick up some kills on the back line? They get score. No root, though, out of Zyra. And wow, KT able to read that so well. Just barely takes the Baron and gets away with it.
KT definitely walked the line. And now they got themselves to a really nice spot.
And Score is going in on this one. The Redemptions come out. He really wanted that fight. The taunt there onto KUZAN. Shockwave doesn't hit anything. They're going to lock down IKSSU in the back. Meanwhile, Curtain Call coming out. Mata eating a lot of damage. IKSSU still very much healthy here. But they are able to pick up KUZAN, who gets just a little bit too over-aggressive. And now they're getting onto UMTI. Can they actually get the kill? There comes the QSS. So they're able to take out KUZAN, and all 5 members of KT once again do live. So now they begin their push in the top lane.
KT now, they're gonna drive these Baron minions into the heart of Jhin. As Jhin, they're out of fuel right now. A lot of them are on cooldown. Oh, go Teddy!
Picks them off, and a lot of the other KT members are very low. Looks like Jhin definitely wants to go in on this. Can they land that? Oh, Pawn taking a lot of damage. No root, though. The Fire Touch also getting him extremely low. The shield saving him, but maybe they get UMTI off the back of that, or maybe even Teddy, so he can't flash forward and get the crit. Hold that thought. There's going to be a huge root onto Pawn. He's going to get caught again. Down he goes, the Curtain Call. And so far, I mean, that's like time number 3 or 4 that he's been taken out here. And this means that Jhin can now push on to this mid inhibitor.
Oh, Score though.
He gets locked up too. KUZAN's going really deep as well. DEFT is getting extremely low back there. Looks like he will just barely survive somehow. But there you go. That's going to be the inhibitor given over to Jhin. Here we go. Can they tempt fate again? The teleport in from IKSSU has that home guard walking up in the front. He's really meaty. Here comes Score. He wants to smite it. He gets it. He gets it somehow. He may pay for it with his life, though. Getting extremely low. The Redemption heals him up. Bit of a shockwave there. Knocks IKSSU in the back. But down goes Score. IKSSU going really deep for this one. SMEB getting extremely low. IKSSU finally goes down. They catch DEFT, but it looks like KUZAN was the one who caught himself. But look at this. KT members extremely low. They may be able to end this one. SMEB, though, with the Guardian Angel, does come back. Will not be rooted here by Teddy, but look at this KT. They're on the run. They do not want to fight here.
They have to be so careful right now, but also GREENWINGS have to be careful not to move into the fog of war against SMEB. They're going to immediately turn their attention to the Baron. Now GREENWINGS riding up a giant minion wave in bottom.
Let's see how fast they can tread this one. Teddy coming in, and that's going to be the end of that turret. Okay, here comes Score, though. Let's see if he can engage with that Orianna Shockwave. Waiting until the last moment. And it looks like they're going to let this one go down. In comes the Stand United. It's a little bit too late. Are they going to fight this one? The lockdown onto IKSSU. Into the arrow. Does have those Merc Treads, so it's not the longest stun, but getting picked off eventually. But in comes KUZAN. He's going deep. Redemption comes out, but look at how much burst damage he's able to do. Down goes DEFT and down goes Mana. Pawn with no mana, barely any health left either. And it looks like Jhin might actually be able to win this one. They're pushing it in. In comes SMEB and Score, trying to make the hero defense. Can they actually do it? Doesn't look like they can. Teddy able to kite this one, able to lock up SMEB, trying to get that kill, and just barely they will. Pawn with no mana here, not going to be able to defend, and that's going to be game number 1. Going over to the Jhin GREENWINGS.
And KT ROLSTER go down in the series, and Jhin have to be feeling such a confidence booster